What is up, everyone? It is your boy A Razorbacks Roll, and today I decided to start my 2022 college football predictions early. So yeah, I'm gonna start my college football predictions. It is here. Now, before we get into it, I want to say, if you like this video, then consider liking and subscribing and turning on that notification bell for more notifications. Now, let's not waste any more time. Let's get on with the schedule. So we open up things with Alabama. You see, the Alabama Crimson Tide won the title in 2020. They almost did it again in 2021, but unfortunately lost to the hands of Georgia, 33-18. So let's see how Alabama will do this year. Well, they will open up the season with the Utah State Aggies, and this is kind of a fun fact. Alabama does not start off with a neutral site opponent for the first time since 2007. They don't open up the season with a neutral site field since 2007. That's kind of a good fact. So, but Utah State coming in with Blake Anderson as head coach, former Arkansas State head coach. But Blake Anderson's doing some great things right there. But come on, it's Utah State. It's Utah State. They're in a crappy conference, and Alabama's just going to outright win easily, as they will start off 1-0. Then on the road at Texas. Some people can be saying this could be a trap game for Alabama, but I don't think so, because remember, last year when Texas went to Arkansas, and everybody's saying that Texas would blow out Arkansas, well, guess what? It happened, but it was the opposite way around. Arkansas ended up beating Texas 40-21, so now they get Alabama. Alabama is a really tough opponent, but the good news is Texas does get that game at home. They do get that game at home, but so I think it should be closer than a lot more people expected, but I don't think it's going to be. It'll be a little more closer, but Alabama gets the win outright. Then ULM comes to town. Come on, we all know that. And then they start off conference play with Vanderbilt. I don't think Vanderbilt's going to be much. I think Vanderbilt's going to be a little more improved this season. That is, just they start Mike Wright at quarterback. I think Mike Wright can start at quarterback. So, I see. I don't know if they're going to start Ken Seals and Mike Wright, but I see an Alabama win no matter what. No matter even if they start Ken Seals or Mike Wright, I see an Alabama win. And then they head on the road at Arkansas. Let me tell y'all something. This is going to be Alabama's most toughest test this season. On the road at Arkansas, Fayetteville is going to be absolutely packed in that game. That's going to be a tough one for Alabama. Can they pull it out? Well, we've seen them do it before, so I think this game is going to be close. I'm an Arkansas fan. I would love to see my Razorbacks beat the Tide, but in the end, I'm going to have to take Alabama. But it will be close. Probably around a 31-27, but in the end, Alabama's going to pull it away. And then Texas A&M comes to town. They got the #1 recruiting class in the country, but come on. But don't expect it to be good because they got the #1 recruiting class in the country. They are always overrated every season. So, but last season, Alabama did lose to Texas A&M. So, but they got the game at home. So this time Alabama should take care of business right here. And then they go on the road at Tennessee, another tough opponent. Besides Arkansas, Tennessee is the second toughest opponent on their schedule. Besides Arkansas, Tennessee is their second toughest opponent. But I think it's going to be close. Tennessee can play around with them, but in the end, I'm going to take Alabama. Then they get Mississippi State at home. The air raid is improving. Mike Leach is improving this Mississippi State team, but we all know Alabama's winning that one. And then on the road at LSU, they go on the road LSU. They got Brian Kelly, but I think they're going to be a little better, but expect that an Alabama win. Then on the road at Ole Miss, remember, don't expect this to be an easy win. This is the third most toughest game. Alabama has a little more of a tougher schedule this year than last year. The Tide have a little more of a tougher schedule last year than this year. So you got road games at Arkansas, at Tennessee, at Ole Miss. Those are 3 tough opponents, and this is going to be a tough test for Alabama. But I expect so because remember Alabama got Alabama. Ole Miss was playing some good offense against them, but this year I think it should be a shootout. But give me Alabama the win. I think they can survive over a game-winning field goal. And then they get Austin Peay. Obviously, we know they're going to win. Austin Peay is an FCS opponent. And then they get Auburn. Auburn, I don't know. They're neutral, I think, but it's the Iron Bowl. But they did play them close last year. But remember, in 2020, they lost 42-13. And the best part of all is Nick Saban wasn't coaching, and Alabama still blew them out. So, with that, I think Alabama will cap off the season a perfect 12-0. So Alabama will finish off 12-0 in the season under Nick Saban. I think Will Anderson, with guys like Bryce Young and Will Anderson coming back, I think Alabama's projected to be a lot more dangerous and a lot more tougher this year. So 12-0 is the record for Alabama. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Razorbacks Rule saying so long, amigos.